Yeah, man. British. Danny British, you know? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Wait.
Harder. Yeah. See we come, move, don't jump.
Watch.
Danny British leader, Brits scam. At the harder. We no thief, we no scam. Yeah, man. Taros in a to your hand. Gunshot a be like tech way. Ball every day like Pepe. Good way walk and step there. Working hard when you check there. Be a bad girl, give me neck, yeah. Pull up on your block with a tech, yeah. Me make your whole family fret way. One diary way tech there. Boy, must the thing say the rust did that come with my shit. Nah, the chopper one me bring was a key. Vroom. Shoot up the place. In a bigger day, mother cry on a prayer. Bricks gang when I play. Don't fuck with Tia when him under the rum. Let me squeeze up the gun. Your life I got done. No bother run when you see him come. Bricks gang dog, put you on the ground. Tio, them say me psychopath. So I made the dog flood the paddock. Yeah, the money made it from the traffic. My shit dog, you know. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Danny British, man. And man, oh my god, his fucking seatbelt, brah. Cause you know I've never paid attention to my seatbelt until someone with their big mouth commented in my comment section. The fucking thing about it, I'm gonna have to fucking pull the fucking belt when I get up to my fucking gate. This shit is crazy. Anyway, man. Fucking hell, bro. What's up, man? I've been missing in action, man. I haven't posted anything to all that much this week. Today's Friday, going into the weekend, man. Just got wrapped up with some corporate work. Freaking crazy. I've been served a summons. Someone's suing me on a civil front for $4 million. They say they want $500 for emotional distress, $500,000 for inconcertinium, $500,000 for medical expenses, $500,000 for future medical expenses. $500,000 for future medical expenses, $500,000 for loss of earning capacity, and $500,000 for what else them bitches say? For future loss of earnings capacity. And then $500,000 for loss of earnings. Yeah. But the crazy thing about it is, what had happened is this guy was driving. And switched lane in 2016 into my my freaking Audi 85. And the crazy part about it is that the freaking he sideswiped me, man. That's what happened. He freaking sideswiped me. I'll get back to you guys in a bit. I gotta go fly this gate. 1 second. Okay. So what had happened is so they have lost in the arbitration process where the two insurance company went into their whole mediation thing and discussed. So what the person didn't know that in my car I had a dash camera with the footage and you know, so I submitted that information. I just resubmitted those information via how. So I'll put the footage and stuff in this video. But yeah, the nerves of these people. Think, even if you were to get a judgment of $4 million, let's say I was at fault, Rash. Let's say I was at fault, even though I wasn't at fault.
You think I would pay you $4 million, like, for real? You think there's any judge in this world that could tell me to pay you $4 million? I mean, they even say, okay, we'll take it out of your paycheck. I'll just quit my job. Like, you're not going to get $4 million out of me, guy. Like, it's impossible. So, but I'm glad you consider me the $4 million, or your legal team, or whoever it is, consider me the $4 million. You know, I don't know, man, why people always coming at me for these large amounts of money. It's just like my when I was going through divorce, they wanted me to pay $3,400 a month in alimonies to my ex-wife because she has trauma and she's scared for her life for being with me because I've threatened her life. When it is crazy, bro, because I wasn't even fucking living with my goddamn wife to even threaten the girl. Or not even threaten, to even scare her or make her feel traumatized. What had happened is another girl who I didn't want at the time, or still don't want, didn't want at the time. Another girl who I was not interested. I just used her up. I didn't even use her up. She knew what it is. So, you know, I was just over it. She became boring, bro. Boring. Like, you have a role and now you're trying to play another role and I ain't interested in that. So, I'ma just go do me, man. And at the time, I'm going through shit with my ex-wife. So, it's like, I'm like, these bitches annoying. You know, that's my moments. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on me. But then I was like, yo, I'm a family man at the end of the day. At the core, I am a family man. I mean, we have some situations and, you know, words were exchanged and, you know, my wife been making some sideways moves at the time, like moving out, going on her own, not letting me know, taking the car from the garage, going to the dealership, getting rid of my car, and then telling me that it's her car, and then all that shit, unload the fucking car. I don't even know how the fuck she did it, but she did it. God damn it, she did it with a co-worker too, one of my fellow co-worker, which I respect up to this day, because hey, if I heard the shit what they were saying about me, I would have believed it. Yo, I am surprised that I am the one who is still successful, the one who is still getting bonuses, the one who is still leading my job. Like, the work that I do actually means something. Like, I don't just go to work and my job can be replaced at any given moment by any given person. No, my job actually means something. Like, my job security is secured. You get what I'm saying? And then for them to act like I'm some reckless person, or paint me or as if I'm some reckless endangerment to females. That was the terrible part. I mean, you know, I love females and I don't treat females as object. But I tell you this, females aren't that important in my life. Unless you're my baby mother, man. Unless you're my goddamn baby mother, you're not important in my goddamn fucking life. You're just another person that I can replace if you fuck up. So, bitches didn't like that, bro. But I'm like, and I look back at it now, man, I'm like, bruh, to my ex-wife specifically, you didn't work it out because you got tired. But what did you get tired of? You got tired of a man buying you luxury items, you know, because I know your ass don't get Burberry gifts no more. No expensive ass Burberry gifts. You don't get no expensive ass Gucci bag. I'm talking no $2,400 and up Gucci items. You don't get no $1,200 scarves anymore. Like, I haven't seen your lame brother who cannot afford it, but I haven't seen him who claim he's a superhero. Which, yo, men, I want to talk about men cheating. That's what I want to talk about. Let's fucking divert. Men cheating. I've cheated before. God damn it, I grew up as a cheater, god damn it. Do I regret cheating? No. Do I regret that I grew up as a cheater? No. Do I regret? No. How the fuck? I grew up in Jamaica. My entire culture is about more gyal. Them that type of nature. More gyal. That's it. You see me? Beanie Man, the girls, them sugar. The girls, them love this. That is what we grew up as kids being programmed. You know what I mean? You see me? Shaggy. She even caught me on the camera. It wasn't me. Over. It wasn't me. Our entire freaking music, culture, the people, going to school, being a kid, your dad's gonna be like, how many girlfriends do you have? As a kid, as a freaking kid, we didn't grow up as these fucking nuclear white Caucasian people. We didn't grow up with their way of thinking. It's just like European way of thinking was homosexuality is okay. And to this day, there's Jamaicans to the core that don't agree with that fucking statement. Me, whether I agree with it or not, doesn't matter. You know, my opinion will not change. Will not change your income status. It probably changed mine. It probably made me make more money or lose money. So you know what? I'm just going to keep my business to my goddamn self. My opinion is my opinion. It's just an opinion that I don't wish to share on that topic. But yo, Jamaicans don't like... Let me rephrase that. Jamaicans who grew up underneath the dancehall Jamaican culture, the Jamaican street culture. I'm not talking about these Jamaicans that grew up in Beverly Hills and all these places in Jamaica. No, I'm not talking you guys. No one cares about you guys till to this day. Which famous Jamaican do you know from Beverly Hills? It's all the goddamn Jamaicans who came from the hood or came from the dirt, the trenches. They got rich and went to freaking Beverly Hills. Why we care about Beverly Hills? You know, no one cares about the freaking middle class in Jamaica, if you can call them that. You know, the motherfuckers rich, but you know what I mean? So now I grew up, right? And I got to age 19. My ass didn't want to be no smooth player. No, I find me a chick where I was like, this chick legit. But you know, bro, I tell you this shit. You believe in people more than how they believe in you. You get what I'm saying? So throughout time, you know, there's struggles. I realize that I'll say something and then they'll run for what someone else say when they have said the same fucking thing I was saying. You get what I'm saying? However, you know, you realize that you start getting back, you start giving out, or you're giving out 100%, and a person is giving out 70% and telling you that their 70% is adequate, and you need to start seeing it as adequate. And you're like, okay, so you don't plan to compromise, you don't plan to change, you just want me to change and compromise. No, let me get up out of this. Now, you know what's funny? You got to know your worth. And there's a lot of men out here in America and in this world that don't know their worth. They don't know what they're bringing to a relationship, especially when they're married. And they feel like, you know what, if I go married, my wife's gonna take my assets, or I'm gonna lose this or that and the third. And they stay in an unhappy marriage. And a lot of men in these marriages are having affairs, and having affairs with women at work. How do you think the term work wife came around? You know, that's a freaking term I can never understood. Like, how the hell you go be my work wife? Does that mean, you know what? Let me not even say that. That's probably another can of worms. But I thought we were co-workers and colleagues. Not work sister, work brother, work husband, work dad, work mom. Like, why the hell do I need a work mom? I understand that I spend more time at work. But if I have a work wife and I'm spending more time at the office with my work wife, bruh, this shit just doesn't sit well with me mentally. That's me. But maybe I'm just maybe I'm not open-minded enough, you know, because that's how liberal thinking people are, you know. A lot of liberal thinking people, they're like, you know what? I want to be non-binary today. And you're like, okay, cool. What's that? You're like, well, today I don't feel male and I don't feel female. I want to be fluid. And you're like, okay, that's cool. But based on what my eyes is seeing, what my eyes are seeing, you know. And then they try to rationalize it and then try to make you understand it and try to make you accept it and force it down on you. And that's okay if you want to let someone force things down on you. You know what I mean? But I wasn't the one. when people used to come to me and tell me that, you know, white people are the devil, I didn't freaking let them. I didn't go around and just believe in white people are the devil. I make most of my goddamn money with goddamn white people. I don't think I do make money with black people too, you know, but I make majority of my money with Caucasian folks because I've never had that limited thinking. I've never looked at my friend as, okay, this person is black, this person is white. If I do that, like, I do see the color, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite and be like, oh, I don't see black and white, I see transparent. No, I know who my black friends are, and I know who my white friends are, because I have to cater. When I'm around each group, I have a different mode of conduct. I have to cater within my environment. You get what I'm saying? For example, when I'm around my black friends, I might be more aggressive. I might be less laid back. I might, because it's now a room filled with black males who all feel alpha. Freaking Jamaican males too. They all feel goddamn alpha. Everybody in the room thinking, there's nobody in the room that is just thinking, I'm in the room. Everybody in the room thinks they're the man. Even the one who is not saying it thinks they're the man. So guess what? Is either you're gonna reserve to being a beta male and just lay back and let them do their alpha things and get into their arguments and not participate, or you're gonna have an alpha energy where when you participate in a, let's say, debate, and everybody turn on you and you hear terms like, yo, you idiot, man, go suck your mother, you fool. You know how, you want me to translate what's that saying? That is saying that you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Go and suck your mom. You are a fool. And the person who is saying that does not mean it. Like, that's your friend. They're just upset at the moment about the argument. And you gonna look at them and say, no, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. Real pussy. You calling your friend. But you guys know you don't mean it. That's just how you're expressing yourself in the moment. I can't do that with my Caucasian friends. I freaking look at my Caucasian friend and be like, yo, you a pussy. That person probably go home, think about it. Like, I wonder if he thinks I'm a pussy for real. Like, so you gotta conduct and carry yourself differently. And I think a lot of people don't know how to conduct and carry themselves and be adaptive. There's a time and place for everything. A lot of people just want the place to be the time for everything. Nah, there's a time and place for everything, bro. There's a time to be chill. There's a time to just chill and just get things off your brain. And there's a time to freaking focus and be assertive and be attentive. And, you know, time and place for everything. There's a time to be jovial and shit. Just like how I don't sit around all days and make YouTube videos. No, I ain't got time for that. I'm a freaking senior software engineer. I've been engineering at a corporate job that makes $8 billion annually for the past from what, 2006? 2016. You get what I'm saying? And then I've been an engineer from since I was like 22. I'm freaking 31 this year. So you get what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't got time to do the lollygagging. You know what I mean? People use that term anymore. I bet that term is probably offensive. It's crazy, bro. When you live in California, people get offended for the least things. But I get it. California is like a hippie state. That's why I get so surprised when people is like, oh, I'm going to move to Texas. I can't take California no more. What? Man, before I came to freaking America, the pictures I saw with California, with all those VW vans and all the smoking that was taking place, man, have you ever hung out with a stoner? Stoners are some of the most sensitive people in the world. So if California is filled with almost, let's say, 60%, and I'm just playing down on the numbers because I didn't do any research behind it, but let's say 60% of the state is stoners, hippies. They do some form of psychedelic or some form of psychoactive. They indulge themselves in some form of psychoactivity. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's taking mushrooms, whether it's smoking herbs, taking dabs, whatever they do to get that laid back vibe and be like, man, chill. Like, everything is just so crazy right now, you know, like the world, man. I can't even watch the TV anymore. It's depressing. That's how California people sound versus every other state I've been to. You in America, you're like, oh, look at these You know, in New York, they're like, look at these idiots on the TV, just making a fool. You know what I mean? In everywhere else, you know, you got some state, they're like, yeah, they do that, and I go out there and shot one of them boys. You know what I mean? It's just every state except Cali. Huh? Cali's like, no, you know, we just need to ban the government, defund the police, and just be whatever we imagine we are, you know? We should have that freedom to be who we are and what we want to be. That's the whole Cali thinking. That's why people think California people live in a bubble. But no, it's those goddamn California people giving you the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the all those super texts, you know, all that fun shit. Because one day, one of them California people was like, you know, I just feel like everyone in the world should just be connected and be friends. That was Zuckerberg. He felt like he wanted. Think about how private people are. Like, I wouldn't want to share everything with everybody. You know what I mean? I got friends today, like, they don't. Man, I whip out a camera like I'm doing a vlog. They start running. Like, bro, I ain't into that internet shit. This guy saying he wants us to share everything. Share your thoughts. And they want daily visitors, and they start building things around that. And now you got, Mark, you got these programs that created snitches. Like, everybody just gotta share. No, is it me or is it me? But people can't keep in things anymore, bro. People can't. You want to know what's up with someone's life? Start looking at their social media. You'll know everything going on. You'll know when they get a new car. You'll know when they have some money. You know when they have some weed. You know when they have some whatever. They're gonna post it. You'll know when they wake up and having breakfast, when they're having dinner. And I'm a part of it too. I ain't acting like I'm not a part of it. So you see, these people are over the time being programmed subconsciously to always be giving up information, always be sharing data. You always want to share. You hear about a new platform, you're like, oh man, I need to go over there, I need to put content. And then they're like, oh, let's pay you for your content now. So you overly share. So now you have gangsters like, oh man, I got these guns, let's go make a music freaking video and get paid for this shit, because everybody's getting paid for it. And we live in the real life. And now you got everybody on the internet trying to prove who is really real. Like, everybody on the internet is trying to prove. Like, let's say someone posts a video with a gun. You see the next person posting a video with a gun with the clip. Then you see another person posting a video with a gun with the clip with bullets in the clip. Then you see another one post a video with a gun with the freaking bullet in the chamber. Then you see another person. Everybody's trying to outdo the next. Look at all these face tattoo shit, man. Like, everybody's trying to outdo the next person, bro. And no one is going nowhere. That's the sad part about it, dog. Like, no one is fucking going nowhere. Like, for example, you think about what's going on with the front end of these civil injustice, right? Civil rights injustice, right? Look at it. Yeah, you got the Black Lives Matter, and you got all these people marching and all these people doing all they're doing. But that doesn't change the fact that the CWX, or is it the CXW? One of the two, but it's core civil or civil core. My God, I'm fucking up. You see, that's because I don't invest in private prisons. But that doesn't change the fact that these goddamn these groups who own several private prisons across America, that's what their business is known for. You get what? And they're being traded on the stock market, bro. Like, you can go buy stocks, which I recommend. Especially if you were a goddamn prisoner, bro. If you used to be a prisoner, you should just go buy some goddamn stocks in prison. Might as well make a fortune out of that bitch for what they did to you, man. Because you got to think about it. Right now, because of the Republicans were backing the whole law, right? The whole prison reform thing, making prison like tougher. And, you know, what's that guy? I can't remember. Jeff Stone. Oh man, Jeff Stone wanted to bring America back to the dark ages when it come on to prison, right? So boom, you guys got to keep up with these information, man. There's no reason I should look the way how I look, and you're probably way more clean cut than me, way more, you know, nerdy looking and more presentable, I guess, than me, and you don't have the information I have in my head. Like, that should not happen. I should be asking you guys for information. You guys look like the smart one. That's what I'm saying. Looks can be deceiving, man. You know what I mean? I'm yet to meet that person. But you know what I mean? I know a lot of smart people, but I'm yet to meet that person that just look exactly what I was thinking in my mind. You know what I mean? But anyway, man. So fucking Jeff Stone wanted to make things tough. You get what I mean? So the share price of let's say CXW or CW, let's say CX Core Civil or Civil Core. Man, I don't know. I don't know how I misplaced their name. But Google it, man. The freaking group hold. They and the is it the GEE Core? There's another group, two major group that owns private prison and juvenile firms and all that things over here. Like, man, these guys making bank, bro. And right now the stock is low. The stock came down from $38 per share to like $8 per share right now, because the Democratic Party is in. And remember, the Democratic Party is trying to defund the police, or at least that was the verbiage about, you know. And then the public is trying to defund and all that. But let me tell you this, man. It's just a fucking game, man. It's like the GameStop shit all over again, man. You really, in your honest goddamn mind, think they're gonna defund the freaking prisons? You really think they're gonna allow? For a matter of fact, when the prison, when some other guys pull out, some other banking firm in the US pulled out of private prisons, I think it was a Chinese bank, invested in it. Like, those guys ain't going anywhere. Those guys have backings. Like, you got millionaire people, billionaire people in America that you can just drive fear into them. Like, just imagine one day your kids being kidnapped, no police and no justice after your daughter or son's been raped and killed by these criminals. Bruh, America ain't never gonna let their country go to that. So you see this down thing on the prison price? That shit is just for you to now go in, and then for them to now bring back good, not even you, for them to now go in and put a lot of money in and just make it settle. And then you see the topics start changing in the media, because, you know, that's how they steer that's how they steer the communication. It's the media. You get what I'm saying? Your favorite hip-hop station, your favorite freaking news outlet, all these places, they're the one who is telling you what to think and what to do next. For example, let me give you an example, right? Remember 2008, homophobia was still a thing. Like, for example, homophobia was much stronger in 2008 than it is in 2021. However, you do recall that homophobia was spoken against or wasn't accepted by media. You do recall that. Like, there's points where if, like, there was points where Lil Wayne and Baby would kiss and people would make fun of that. I don't think people would really, I mean, of course, us, the black community, make fun of it still, I would think. But I don't think people be going around and be laughing at Baby, right? Like, I would be surprised if two Caucasian persons stand there who is not really into hip-hop, see a picture of Lil Wayne and Baby kissing and be like, oh wow, bro, that's gay. No, they'll be like, oh wow, I never know that these guys are bisexual. It's just normal now because media's made it normal. And then so media government made it normal first, right? Because they allowed gay marriage and all that stuff. And then media now came with like the Disney cartoons and all these people, the Beauty and the Beast with the gay character and all this. So you start seeing, and now you hear publishers now including like gay characters into like books and things like that. Then you fast forward to our time now, we're at the transgender stages where you have like the assistant director of health is a transgender woman. You know what I mean? And I dare you to go publicly say something bad about that, because that's discrimination. But what I'm saying is that in 2016, when Donald Trump was running, you could have freaking talked about bringing transgender women to the forefront or in politics, because the thought was not yet spread amongst the people. It wasn't yet accepted amongst the people. Remember, they hit us with Caitlyn Jenner first. That was the big blow. And then people start talking about it. And then you got accustomed to it. You're like, okay, we see Caitlyn here. You see Caitlyn here. Okay, cool, Caitlyn. Okay, people stop calling him Bruce now. Okay, cool. And now you're like, all right, it's Caitlyn. And now you hear him like, oh, I do my changes. And people start respecting the fact. And then that's how they program you. So the next couple more transgender person come, by the time you reach to the 101, it's a freaking normal thing now. And you look unnormal. Like, they program you for years. You've been looking at these people odd, and then everybody is now normal within like a 3-year span. Looks at the thing normal, and then boom, you got a freaking whatchamacallit. You got a freaking whatchamacallit here. You got a I just got to my location. You gotta freaking act like it's normal. If you're not one of those, like if you're an introvert like me who is not sociable, you're not really sitting there every day and conversation about these things. So these things you're not on this. You're like in special ed. Everyone in the classroom is onto the gay wave and the transsexual wave, and you're still not there because you're so to yourself being autistic, right? I'm using autism as an example. You're so focused in your world, you can't realize what's going on. But when you do break that tunnel vision, or let's take autism out of it. Let's use tunnel vision. When you do break that tunnel vision and you turn to the right, you're like, oh wow, that's what's going on now. And then you glance over at the audience, which is us, and you're like, oh wow, these guys are cool with doing videos with transsexuals, or these guys are cool with having transsexual people on their channels, and you know, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say, oh, well, but I ain't cool with it, like, fuck that. Now you just gotta well, you could say that, but then now you're going against the grain. And if that's your move, I mean, I ain't gonna stop you. You have the right to go against the grain. But I'm just saying, they program you to get used to these things. They program you to get used to these things. These things don't just happen overnight. You get what I'm saying? It's all a systematic play. Now, I don't want to say too much, because I don't want them niggas to start saying, hey, we got a problem here. So, you know, I'll just act dumb like the rest of smart people in society who are not saying anything. You know, because trust me, we all know these are daily topics. We're around our computer in corporate America, but we ain't got time to go out and, like, as a software engineer, I would have to take time off to leave work to go fight for Black Lives Matter. You gotta think that I got my penthouse rent I gotta pay, I got my freaking cars I gotta pay, I got my insurance I gotta pay, I got all these bills I gotta pay. So you think I have the time to now stop what I'm doing like I'm some super duper millionaire? Bruh, it's all a fraud. It's all a show, man. It is all a show. All the important people are the sayers and nayers of the world aren't really participating in what's going on the lower level. They just aren't. They see it and they're making money off of it. You know what I mean? If you look at it now, I'm sure all Republican companies are not performing how they were performing in 2016, 2017, 2018 when Trump was in power. So that now, a lot of people is like, oh yeah, so what does that mean? That means you now got the opportunity to now watch these companies, see if they're gonna fall any further, and wait till you feel like the time is right, buy into their company, and then if the next term it's a Republican term, guess what's gonna happen? Those same freaking company that were aligned to the Republican Party stocks will go right back up, bruh, and then you cash out, cha-ching. Bruh, you gotta start thinking outside the box. You gotta start seeing things differently, and you gotta start seeing things for what it is, bruh. Like, for real. That's where it is. But anyway, man, I got to where I'm going, man. That was my freaking, just my rundown, my spiel with you guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. I gotta make sure my hip is okay. You know, I can't just hop out of my car. I might slip and hit my hip. You know what I mean. You don't know what I mean, though. Nah. Only a selective few know what I mean, though. Anyway, man, I'll catch up with you, man. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your boy, Donnie British. Come be